So, I'd like to start off saying a big hello and welcome to my new channel, where I'll be delving into the theory crafting element of the Blizzard franchise in its entirety. This will mean looking over World of Warcraft, Heroes of the Storm, and Overwatch as a whole. But today, I'm going to be diving into World of Warcraft and an idea I've been contemplating for quite some years now. This being racial classes. With the urge to bring these new allied races to the forefront of the game, I feel it's the perfect time to meld a unique outlook with older races. Now I have a lot to go over, but I'm not going to tackle all of them in this one video, but instead I want to pick out an individual class for each of these World of Warcraft featurettes that I'm going to create. Today we'll be tackling Spellbreakers. So to begin, I'm going to use the official quote from the Warcraft 3 page, and it reads, "Elven warriors trained to disrupt and contort magical energies. These Blood Elf warriors, fresh from the destruction of their homeworld, have turned a new eye towards the dying land of Lordaeron." Okay, I know, that was a little bit dramatic, but in Warcraft 3 these units were allied with humans. They were magic immune ground-based casters that allowed for the ability to control summoned enemy units, as well as stealing positive buffs that your opponents had cast and distribute them among the Spellbreakers' allies. This was an incredibly useful way to gain the upper hand in a tough fight, when a single buff might be the difference between losing your hero and winning the conflict at hand. However, this isn't the only way they shone as a unit. They also had a very unique ability at the time that was shared with only one other mobile unit in the game. This was an ability known as feedback. This would allow for each attack dealt to also drain the enemy's mana and damaging them for the amount extracted. Now, one last thing before I attempt to win over the idea to you about why this could be a good class within World of Warcraft roster, is that these units also wore plate and had a large shield that would give a brilliant aesthetic to the character. So how would this class translate, and where could it go if implemented into the class system for World of Warcraft? Well, firstly, I believe they would fit into the tank role. They already have the armour and the appearance in place, but instead of being a holy bulwark, a spiky warrior, a massive bear, or even a blood-infused undead wall of death, they would instead be a magic-wielding barrier of controlling energy. They could use arcane powers to provide ranged opportunities when taking these situations when things get a little out of hand, whilst also having the ability to dampen enemy magic as a baseline effect, giving them an upper hand in those boss fights where magical damage is a huge threat, whilst also allowing for the conversion of certain enemy summons to try and tip each fight in the favour of the Spellbreaker. And in fact, this could play quite a nice role in the levelling experience. This idea of taking control of summons for a period of time to speed up the process. In fact, thinking about this now, I don't see why these Masters of Arcane couldn't summon their own Arcane Sentinels, the first tank class to have their own pet. Imagine the idea of them summoning these Sentinels that you could bounce your tanking abilities off in order to negate certain aspects of a boss fight, or even fuse to that of the Sentinel. This could act in a similar way to the Archons from StarCraft 2. Allowing for the Sentinel's body to engulf your own, creating a lumbering frame in which you could defend incoming waves of energy. Okay. Secondly, with the idea of these Sentinels in place, perhaps as a melding tool, you could even place certain effects that work similar to a reverse cone of cold. Imagine your allies being able to take less magical damage from beams and area effects, as long as they are within a degree behind the Spellbreaker. Now, I know this has gone quite to the far side of the theory crafting here, but these are just a few ideas thrown out there to give a raw example of what could be a glimpse of the potential of the possible class. But honestly, I want to know what you think. So, have I managed to at least convince you to think about this idea of a Spellbreaker as a class for the Blood Elves? I mean, is it too far-fetched? Then please do let me know in the comments below. And if you've managed to stick around until now, I want to give you a big, big thank you. This is the 4th time I've recorded this video for this segment, and I just wanted to get it right. So thank you for your time, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye bye.